Okay, something.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so today I wanted to talk to you about a question that honestly everyone asks at one point or another having to do with cruising. Let's talk about how much does cruising cost. Okay, so the problem with the question really is that's like saying, how much does living in a place cost? Not specifying the place. It depends on so many factors that it's really, really hard for people to give information except for the information about what they're doing and how they're living. But just talking to as many cruisers as we have, we seem to have at least the basics of what certain things cost. First question is, of course, what kind of boat you're on, because the smaller boat you're on, the better it is for money savings. The larger the boat, the larger the cost. So for a boat under, I'd say about 30 feet, I'd say about under 30 feet, if you're in an inexpensive place, I've known people who've been able to do it for $500 a month, which really is not that much money at all, and they were living pretty well. Places like Guatemala, I don't know about any place else here, in Honduras, except for where we're at now, and that's not that inexpensive. But there are some places that you can still live on that kind of a low budget. In addition to the boat size and where you want to cruise, you've also got to look at how many people you're going to have with you, whether it's just one, whether it's just you doing it, whether it's a couple, whether it's a family. The more people that you add, obviously the cost is going to go up from there. So, like I said, it's a little bit harder, I would say the base for like a 30-foot boat by a person by themselves in like Central America, somewhere in the 500 to 750 range. For that size boat with a couple, I would say, that area, call it $1,000 and you could definitely do a month. And like I said, and then it goes up from there, because also, like I said, a larger boat, there are going to be larger costs. And it also, the last thing that it's going to depend on is also the level of comfort and luxury that you decide that you want to have. When we were living on a boat in Key West, we were able to live off of about $1,000 to $1,200 a month, but we also ate inexpensively. We were not at a marina. We were anchored out. We didn't take really any unnecessary trips unless we were giving somebody a ride who would then contribute to gas money. I mean, not that, obviously people would go back and forth as they needed to, but it tended not to just be going out because we knew that every time we went out, it's going to cost us money. We know that we're the type of people that if we go out, there's a high likelihood of us wanting to get drinks, plus the fuel money, plus, depending on how often we're going out, depended on whether or not we bought dinghy dockage for an entire month. If you use it enough, it saves you money. If you don't, it's an extra expense you don't need. So it depends on the level of comfort and luxury, where you're going to be, the size of your boat, and how many people. But like I said, the starting amount, I've known people who have been able to cruise for $500 a month, and actually that be really, really easy and good for them. But I've also known people who had $2,000 or $3,000 and couldn't quite make it work because they were traveling different places. They liked a different level of comfort. So there's at least a few things to get you thinking, to try to help figure out how much it's going to cost for you. And this is probably something I'm also going to go in depth on more later as I talk to additional cruisers, and not just around the East Coast area then, and people who have traveled the East Coast and Caribbean, but we're going to be able to get out and travel the world more, and so I'll be able to see what people out there are doing. Until then, I'll see you later, and make sure you like this, you give it a thumbs up. If you're out cruising, I'd love to know just an average of how much it cost you. Obviously, you don't need to get too specific, but you'll do that down in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you guys later. Bye.